Sup guys, it's Desrow for Replay Thursday episode 10 game 3. We have Plat Macro over here. He's Plat and his build is 3G Robo and 2 Macro. Now someone doesn't like Stargate. He thinks he had good harassment and good map control. He thinks he had bad unit control, and that he should have scouted the fleet beacon for Tempest. What's the best time? And his question is, what's the best time to expand in PvP? And what's the best counter to Stargate? Well, the counter to Stargate, there's no counter, man. You need to fight fire with fire. There's a few like well, I've seen people have success with like Blink Stalkers and Templar, but it seems to be a little harder than Stargate versus Stargate. So I don't know yet. So you can either do both, you know, fight fire with fire or go Blink. And yeah, those the right time to expand. I mean, the right time to expand is kind of tricky. A lot of people are doing one base plays, but if you can get the Nexus up and you have a photon overcharge, then it is extremely powerful. So yeah, it depends on what they do. It depends on how early you expand. This build right here, I'm not exactly sure what this is. Wait, how did you... Why? How? What is this? What? Oh! I played a guy earlier, and for the longest time he didn't make a stalker. I wonder if I could have done that, although Planet S is quite a small map. So, let's put a little bit of pressure, then you have a Panon here. Like, the thing about Panons is that when you put down a Panon, you kind of have to evaluate how long can this survive. Like, what's the odds of this getting killed? Like, the odds of this getting killed is extremely high. Now, if you put a Panon here, the odds are a little smaller. Now, yeah, losing the Mothership Core, you wanted to scout this right here, Time Warp. Like, we can go back and look at it. It's really bad. Like, don't do it. It's just not worth it. I'll show you. I've tested it before. It's completely trash. Alright, so here's Plat Macro. Look at the work. Like, it's about like 640 to 720, right, for him. You see, like, he's losing about 20, or well, about like 40 to 60. That's nothing. Like, that's not worth the energy, because now, like, it's gonna die, and you're not gonna have, even if it survives, you're not gonna have energy for. What are you doing? What? Oh, what is this build? What? If only you would have sent the Mothership Core while he was still fighting you. Yeah, no, don't run into the cannon. Run. You played with fire there. I mean, okay, so now you're going into the late game and you're like super behind. You're being way too ballsy with the Mothership Core. I mean, you know, most people have units that attack air. Like the Mothership Core, like, yeah, it's 100 gas. Like, it's a lot of gas. You don't want to play too risky with it. I like the long distance mining before the base is finished. I really like that. I'm not a big fan of how you walled yourself in from like going here. Like, if you'd be dropping Zots into your mineral line and you had to pull everything, your army would struggle. So now let's take a look. You still don't have energy for hallucination. Hallucination is really important. What, the 2 observers? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's good. Not with hallucination. You'll have sentries anyway. I'd rather you just make one and then move on, because, you know, gas is so precious in PvP. So I mean, your tech pad, your growing Colossus, kind of crazy to see. You're growing Colossus with Blink, which you have a few good upgrades. That's good. Yeah, like what you're doing. The thing is, you're not scouting what he's doing, and you've got loads of hallucination. Like where's that second observer? Did you lose it? Was that you? Or it might have been one of his, and I'm being silly. But yeah, okay, now you're scouting with hallucination. Like that, like, okay, so you took your third after his was almost done, and now, or your natural after his was almost done, and now you're taking your third when his is almost done. Like, you can't play one step behind at every step, you know? And this guy, like, did you scout? Yeah. Well, you probably didn't. No, you didn't re-scout. Like, you need to go in there. You need to know, like, this guy's going like double core. You need to get in there with Storm, and you need to like kill him, because like the longer you wait, the better Skytoss army he's gonna have, and he's gonna become like untouchable. So, trying to move out, trying to accomplish something with no proxy pylons. You realize that, so you're gonna try to bring proxy pylon. The upgrades, you're doing good on the upgrades. That's the thing. But like I said, you know, expanding late. Although it doesn't seem that way, that you know he's far ahead of you, he is. It's because like he's got a lot of upgrades and not that much army. That's why the supply count you're like ahead, but he's got like much better upgrades. What's the thing? There's a thing for the upgrades. See, he's got 2, 1, 1, and you've got 2. And he's got charge, and then you've got blink. So really, but yeah, I mean, Storm's a good thing. You know, Zod, Storm, especially since like it's really hard to make concaves, and when you want to pull back your army, like the Void Rays clump pretty easily. So hallucination, make a buffer. Hallucinated Archon, hallucinated Immortal, doesn't matter if he has an observer. It, you know, well, you can also force field, and you can also guardian shield, but sometimes, you know, sentries don't, it's not like they're gonna last forever, so make the most of it. Maybe even do you know, air units, do air units or something, you know, like you get 2 Zots, you get 2 Stalkers. I like Immortals, and I like Archons the most. Yeah, it's a good force field. He's got a lot of Immortals. The thing is, he had a lot of Immortals, he had a lot of Void Rays, and all you had was Stalkers. So that doesn't go very well. I mean, it would have been nice really to get Storm there. It would have like really helped you. But he's got like a better economy. Or actually, like, well, you're not getting max yet, so it's okay, but you're like probing too hard. If you both get max, it's gonna get ugly. Whoa, I tried to like slow down, but I kept pressing the speed button. Oh, that's a lot of Tempest. That's, you gotta play better, man. Some of your Stalkers are not hotkeyed. Some of your Stalkers are not hotkeyed, man. What the hell? Run! Run! I think like with Mass Stalker you can easily beat this. So you're grabbing your 4th, and you're still making probes. So yeah, man, you gotta be careful, man. Alright, so there you no, you're continuing the upgrades. This is Mineral Trails of the Plated. Alright, this should have been like doing long distance mining. Alright, so you're at 87 workers now. In PvP you want about 60. That's because the main will mine out by the time you take your 3rd, but that has changed. So I don't know, but 60, 66 is a good guideline. 87 is about 20 supply of probes that you could have into an army. Versus Tempest, I mean, Archons are, I don't think like storming this would be any good. Void Rays will kill Tempest pretty well, because Void Rays do extra damage to Massive. So You don't see a bunch of tempests, you know, void rays. We'll clean this up. Tempests are pretty slow, so void rays are pretty fast. But you should do well if you blink and you get maxed, and yeah, you should do well. But I don't know. As long as you don't let him like get over here, like in a spot where he can be safe. All right. No. Now you blinked it back, and yeah, that's not good. Oh, but you still win. You still win. All right. But I mean, things you've done well. Upgrades. They were doing well for a while until like he was like super far ahead of you. Until he was super far ahead of you. The micro could use improvement. Expanding every time after him. So scouting with hallucination better. SimCity you could improve. Your early game build is, I mean, sometimes, you know, you do like random crazy stuff and it actually helps you out because it confuses people, but usually it has to be like on purpose. I don't think your build is purposely trying to confuse someone. But yeah, I mean, there's things to improve, but you're doing well at the same time. So nice game, and good luck in Plat. Hopefully you'll make it to Diamond soon. But yeah, thank you, Surgeon and McEra, for submitting this replay. We'll be back with Game 4 in just a bit. Stay tuned.